Kentucky is the state we all know and love, that's famous for making deep-fried buckets of cardiac arrest. What could be more American than that? But in 1876, something really weird happened in a small town that we still don't know the reason behind, probably because people got hungry and ate all the evidence. So without further ado, let's talk about the Kentucky meat shower of 1876. Now it's been raining weird stuff on Earth for centuries. Frogs, fish, the blood of my enemies. You got it, we drop it. But most of the time, the animals that fall from the sky are alive and not broken into pieces. At least until they hit the ground. But this time was different. This event was first seen by Mrs. Crouch, who was crouching outside her house making soap, as you do, when she saw pieces of meat falling from the sky. Her first thought was probably, well, I guess someone ordered some Kentucky Fried Chicken. Get it? Because the meat flew through the sky? I know, I'm really funny. Now this wasn't just a dead bird or something, or I wouldn't be making a video about it. Like, I'm desperate for video ideas and all, but I think I have a few more years left to get to that point. This was a bunch of gore and body parts falling from the sky that covered an area of 4,186 square meters, or for the Americans in the audience, about 7 basketball fields, 180 king-size beds, and around 7 fully skinned humans. Hope that cleared things up. The meat continued to fall for a few minutes until it just stopped and left the ground looking like a serial killer's wet dream. Now at this point, most of the people in the town were either hiding in their homes or frantically checking the Bible to see what God was mad about this time. But 2 men from the town looked at the carnage and said, "Man, I haven't eaten in 2 weeks. Yeah, me too. I really wish we could get some food right now." You thinking what I'm thinking? Now nobody at this point knew what the meat was or if it was even edible, but these 2 guys weren't gonna let trivial things like disease or death stop them from saving $1.50 on groceries. So they tasted the meat, and they said it tasted like lamb or deer. But a local hunter also tasted the meat and he said it tasted like bear. So either the wind was really strong that day, or someone was experimenting with some new hunting methods. Some science guy also analyzed the meat and said it was from the lungs of a horse or a baby. Guess someone in the maternity ward pushed a bit too hard. Truth is, we have no idea what the actual meat was because we didn't have a lot of samples to study. Turns out when it's raining blood from the skies and all you can see around you is carnage and body parts, people's first thought isn't, I should keep some of this so some YouTuber 200 years later can make a video about it. It was more along the lines of, the world is ending, the day of retribution is here, God is punishing us for our sins. I knew I shouldn't have masturbated. But anyway, you're all probably wondering where all that meat came from. Most people in that town were Christian, and so they obviously thought it was a sign from God. And you can't really blame them for that. God's been known for some weird ways of communicating with people. I mean, he just puts his face on random pieces of food and says, "Yep, my message to humans is complete." Can't you just talk to them? They won't even understand what that means. They'll figure it out. So this meat shower could either mean, "Hey guys, here's some free meat," or "Hey guys, this is gonna be you in a few days if you don't go to church." But turns out, this wasn't just God being antisocial, but was because of birds, specifically vultures. Now vultures have this habit of vomiting whenever they have even the slightest of problems. You know, too much homework, boss asks you to work overtime, you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in unpaid taxes and the FBI is at your door, just vomit on them. Now in the wild, this serves as a pretty good defense mechanism, because being vomited on is one thing, but being vomited on by an animal that only eats dead and rotting meat is a whole nother experience. Plus, the stomach acids of vultures are much stronger than ours so that they can kill all the bacteria in the meat. So not only do you smell like a microwave colostomy bag, but now half your face is melted off. So according to the theory, a few vultures were flying in the sky when they were scared by something, probably the ghost of the animal whose grave they turned into a McDonald's drive-thru. So they went into defense mode and emptied their stomach contents into the air. The vomit flew through the sky and eventually landed on the town. So that's it, case closed, mystery solved, everyone goes home happy. Except for those 2, who'll always be known as the guys who ate bird vomit and actually liked it. And that's the story of how a few birds vomited and people thought the world was gonna end. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe, hit the bell, and check out some other videos by clicking right here. I'll see you guys later.